right, quick tech video for you today. Working on the sway bar on the Bronco, and we're replacing the bushings on the end links. So I wanted to show you how I remove the old ones without a big tabletop press. You can use the same principles for other bushings as you come across them everywhere else on the truck or different vehicles. Principles are the same. So what we have is rubber bushing with a steel sleeve through the middle. And what you want to do is grab a socket that is big enough to fit around the steel portion of the end link or whatever you're trying to press out, but not so big that it's going to go over the top and slip across. So in my case, 1 3/8 deep well socket is what I got. That will fit right there on the edge and allow that bushing to get pressed into the socket without going over the steel part. On the other side, you want to have assortment of washers, bolts, nuts. I like to use the hardened washers because if you get too much force on them, the non-hardened washers tend to dish, and the non-hardened, where the hardened ones won't dish. It depends on how stuck your bushings are. These ones were pretty easy to get out, but you know, your bushings may be a little bit different. If you need to, you can go in and spray this with a little bit of oil, WD-40, PB Blaster, just, you know, whatever your favorite flavor is. Spray that in there for a little bit of lubrication. But what you want to do is to build an assembly. So get a socket, get your bushing right there on the top, and you want to have a washer big enough to get most of the rubber bushing without being big enough to hit the outer ring of whatever you're trying to press it out of. So this instance, we're using one of these hardened washers. We're going to stick a bolt through that side and stick our socket along the other side. You want to make sure your bolt is long enough that it's going to be able to fit from the part you're pushing out all the way to the end of the socket. And stick a washer, you know, as big of a washer as you can get. You know, you want as much bearing surface as you can. And then we're going to just thread hardened nut onto a hardened bolt. Again, just if you don't, there's a chance, depending on how stuck they are, they'll give way, or they'll start to, you know, pull apart or break even. So I like using the hardened hardware. Once you've got your assembly done, just grab your wrench, put a wrench on the side of the end of your socket, and you can use impact wrench or a ratchet if you have to. Just something that will go into the part you're trying to press out. So all we're doing is we're holding this side stationary, we're screwing the bolt together. So what it's doing is that washer's pushing that bushing out of that end link. So give it a couple bumps. Don't want to go whole hog on it, but once you reach the end of your thread, that bushing should be pressed out of your end link. So put this in reverse. Oh, didn't have to this time. But put your wrench in reverse and you can unthread the bolt off this nut. So you take your press assembly apart, and there you go. There's your bushing. So you can use the same tools to press in the new bushings. These ones came in 2 pieces, so they might be a little bit easier to do. But same thing, just backwards. So these bushings, a little bit of grease or oil or something on there to help slide them, clean your surfaces up so they don't get cut on the installation. But we put those, oh shoot, these ones fit pretty good. But the metal sleeve or the metal collar that goes in there, we'll have to push it in. So same as reverse, except what you want to do is put your bolt in that side. And you'll want to just do it backwards, push it together. So, hope that helps. Thanks.